Alright, so here we have a Lasko 2-speed 9-inch oscillating fan. Found this at a local thrift store for $3. I think this is probably from the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. It's pretty dirty, pretty gross, but I don't see anything so far that I don't think is going to clean up. I think it should turn out pretty good. Model 2009. So I think the 12-inch fan was model 2000, if I remember right. Here's the plug, polarized plug. All right, well, let's turn this thing on, see what we're getting ourselves into here. Start it on high. So far, so good. It's not moving much air, but there was a bunch of stuff, dust and hair and whatnot, all stuck to the blades. So I think it'll probably move a lot more air once we get it cleaned up. Go low. Try the oscillation. Shakes a little bit. And we'll go to high speed. I'm surprised that this fan's running as well as it is. I was expecting much worse. Well, let's see what we get for the spin down. Spin down's a little better than I thought it would be too. Alright, well, we'll get this thing cleaned up and revisit it, probably all within the same video. And just like that, good as new. I think the fan turned out really well. It has been cleaned and serviced and looks really nice. Runs pretty good too. There's a little bit of a yellow blemish here in the plastic, but aside from that, looks pretty good. I do believe that this is the same blade that they're currently using on the new Air King 9-inch fans today. It might even be the same blade and motor combo. Basically the same fan, except this has a plastic guard. I bought a new Air King 9-inch fan earlier this year, and it was just terrible. Mostly, I think, because of the blade. It has some other issues too, but I would do a comparison between the two, except that I already threw the Air King blade in the trash where it belongs. But this blade doesn't really seem to have quite as severe issues as the other blade did. This one actually seems like it's in pretty decent balance, comparatively speaking. It still runs pretty fast. It runs just like that Air King fan, really. Except it doesn't have the blade balance issues. So it doesn't vibrate as much. It's not as loud. But very similar to the new Air King. It moves a lot of air, I give it that. This is moving more than twice the air that it was before I cleaned it. And this is very similar velocity to the new Air King. Maybe slightly less just because it has the plastic guard. It's a little more restricted, but I mean, this is running pretty fast. Reminds me a lot of the new Air King. A little low. This is much more tolerable though. I would much prefer this. Still pretty fast, low speed. Could stand to calm down a little bit, but it's not bad. Spin down's like. Alright, well, it's not too bad. Yeah, I think that this is very similar to the new Air King fans. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not nearly identical with the exception of the plastic front guard. Might have to dive into that a little more another time, but until then, thank you for watching.